G'day people, welcome to my channel. This is the beginning of my blog. I'm Wayne, this is Trinity, and yeah, we're living the caravan park life, or trailer park life, so to speak. It's much better than being in the suburbs, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot to say, but as I said, this is the introduction video. Basically, the way things are, Australia's going to shit in regards to the economy and housing, etc. And it's not that I don't have a house. The problem is the house is unlivable due to certain circumstances that are beyond my control. And also another thing about this channel is we'll be talking a bit about PTSD. And what I've discovered is, getting the right help is probably the first start, but your environment is a very big contributor. But we can get into that another time. At the moment, we're just sort of away from, the Bronx, so to speak, and moving from caravan park to caravan park. At the moment, I'm trying to find some work, and yeah, I thought I'd start vlogging this, and yeah, we're having, kicking back. It's a Friday, having a couple of coldies, and yeah, so anyway, I thought this would probably be the best place to start. But yeah, I don't want to politicise things too much, or whinge about the bureaucracies and whatnot. But anyway, as I said, this is an introductory video for the moment, but yeah, I'm Trinity, and I thought introduce myself in Trinity. There is a name, the reason behind the name of the channel, inspired by Trailer Park Boys, obviously. And yeah, that's how my dog got the name Trinity, because a lot of people associated me with a particular character in Trailer Park Boys named Ricky. And Trinity's what? She's 11 at the moment, going on nearly 12 this October. And she's great dog. But anyway, yeah, I've got to get used to the camera and this whole kind of thing, but yeah, I just thought let's start here and we'll go from there. But the way that this country is going, I don't know. All I know is in the city, they're getting overpopulated and it's getting hectic as hell. You go out on the road and you encounter 3 billion morons, within 10 minutes of driving. It gets hectic. You go to the supermarket, it's hectic. This time that I've spent away from where I live, away from all the ice addicts and whatnot, people do their thing, they do their thing. I don't care if you bother me, that's a different thing, but around here no one's really bothering anyone. But yeah, it's the city is becoming bad. There are things I will talk about here in South Australia. One thing I will talk about, not now, but I'll go into depth in another video, is about SA Health, particularly SALHN, who look after the southern area of Adelaide. Trying to figure out how to put this simply. There was a incident at a psychiatric facility at Noongar, and I forewarned the staff of this individual's, he was not behaving correctly and saying some really weird stuff. Yeah, I alerted the mental health staff about this individual, and he's wandering around saying he wants to harm people, whatnot. They didn't take no action, and on the 31st of May, which is coming up, one of their staff members got attacked by that individual. Further to the point, I've got got forced into signing a non-disclosure agreement, and after a long investigation that document went missing. However, the department that investigated the matter cannot confirm or deny my claims, but they did find things. It's on the Ombudsman SA website. Anyway, that led me into where I am, where I'm living in a Housing SA property, and at the moment I'm paying rent there, and then paying, you know, to stay in caravan parks and stuff like that, because the PTSD factor and all the things that go on. And I'm not here to incriminate anyone or make any allegations or that kind of thing. However, you told, yeah, you're going to be here for 6 months, and then, you know, 5 years later you're still there, and yeah, it's not good on the PTSD side of things. However, you take yourself out of that situation, and it becomes apparent, as in night and day, that your environment is causing you more stress than anything. With my particular case of PTSD, I have a lot of hypervigilance. Well, not so much here, like I, you know, keep an eye on my surroundings, but where I live, you're looking out for whatever the unpredictable people will do, and that certainly, it affects your sleep, it affects, you know, all kinds of aspects of your life. I did try to go to TAFE after a motor vehicle accident, and, you know, get myself educated so I could go work in a job that's not labour intensive, so to speak, but, you know, being a mechanic and all that kind of stuff, it kind of sucks because you got the skills, you can make the money, and it's kind of trying to figure out what to do from there. However, you know, you got your neighbours upstairs, whatnot, and, you know, make a hell of a racket, slamming doors, yelling, carrying on, all hours of night, whatever. Can't sleep. I think that goes for anyone naturally. There are a few other things to mention in the sense of, yeah, you know, there are good people in those flats. I'm not going to deny that. Housing SA tenants and the private residents. However, I've noticed that the private residents seem to get a, you know, free reign on whatever, and there's a particular entity known as widows, and they don't like housing trust tenants. They made that clear in their attitudes, in their communications, ignoring emails. And when you speak to them, you approach the situation, you're like, hey, this is a situation, don't want to, you know, cause any shit, whatever. Just want people to, you know, if they can keep the noise down, whatever, I don't care. But that turns into a snowball effect, then, yeah. Currently I'm waiting on Housing SA to organise some meeting or whatever, but the way things are going, you know, it's pretty clear what I can see. You know, I understand the housing crisis and stuff. However, a lot of the housing crisis would be probably, in my opinion, dealt with if the bureaucrats actually did their jobs and not like go, oh, you know, we got to put you in a place, we'll just put you wherever. In saying that, you know, you've got any form of problems in Remain, watch out. And I'm not disrespecting the women out there. It's just how it goes. And, you know, you might even choose a particular area to go, no, I've been told outright, no, that's only reserved for, you know, the single mothers and that kind of thing. Bit sexist, you know. I thought we should believe in equality, sort of, you know, not prioritise one gender over the other, and I'm not into that old woke stuff. But anyway, I'm not going to keep this going, but the summary is taking yourself out of that environment, placing yourself in a more peaceful environment. Yeah, people are doing their thing around here, whatever, they're not hurting no one. they're not causing chaos. You know, I have people keep themselves if they're friendly, and that's sort of how it goes. But it really opened my eyes, and then on the PTSD side of things, it seems non-existent if you're in a good environment. But anyway, we can get into that a bit more further. But yeah, just I will introduce open up myself. Is probably the best way to put it. Over time, but just got to get used to the camera and put a little trim. Hey, no, she is. This is my service dog. She's been through it. She's seen me through a lot of things. She's really well behaved, unless it comes to seeing another dog, and then she gets too excited, kind of thing. But she's a great dog. Chihuahua cross Jack Russell. Yeah, and I got her in Victoria. It's over there, but anyway, nonetheless, I thank you guys for tuning in. I just thought I'll throw this together. It's unscripted, all that kind of thing. More videos will come. I'll see how this goes, but yeah, my goal now is to find somewhere peaceful, or as peaceful as possible, but more rural. I've lived in the country before, but this is just not the big country cities, so to speak. And yeah, find some work and live. And that's probably the other thing too. You've got to live in the moment. You can't be dwelling on the past. You can't be fixating on things in the future, getting anxious about things you can't control. There's a lot we can talk about. When I talk about the PTSD specific things, we can go in more detail. But on that note, this channel is also more of a vlog - mockumentary kind of a thing that I'm trying to do. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm just giving it a crack. But anyway, yeah, it's a lovely day here. Nice sunny day. Got some crap weather ahead, but I can't believe how happy you can be just sleeping in a tent. I've got a heater in there and all that kind of stuff. Things are pretty comfy. Yeah. In some ways, I don't know, I feel more free, more at peace, more centered. My dog's even more well behaved, and with her age, she's getting health problems, seeing the vet. She's got this cough, and even being here, or the other caravan park we were at, I have noticed this, an improvement in that. It's more to do with her little heart movement, little thing else. No, but yeah, so yeah, there's a lot to talk about. But anyway, I thought I'd introduce myself, and if you subscribe, and might appreciate it. I'm not here to force people doing things that they don't want to do. But yeah, that's just a basic summary, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll keep posting more updates. But at this stage, I'm currently 2 weeks into this whole camping away from the Bronx, named suburbs, pretty bad suburb actually, but yeah, it's not here to shame people. Good people live there, bad people live there. You cannot have things like, you can't have good without bad, or good and evil. It's kind of on my tattoos on my hands, sort of thing. But yin yang is another way to sort of put it, or dualities. But anyway, at the moment, I'm just going to enjoy this sort of situation, and yeah, cheers guys.